Where are you guys at?
Well,
Huh?
Kavala.
Okay. Put the gun down. Put the
Hello.
gun
Yeah,
down.
you.
Put the gun down.
Okay.
Yeah, you. Why'd you have that gun out?
King.
Put it down. Did you just try to
He's
shoot
gone
me? Did you
Kavala.
just? No, that's very bad. Stop it. Stop it.
I think go screaming to
Stop
a
it.
pillar. I'll grab that.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You never know. There could be a bullet that somehow just appears and it could shoot me. Alright, stop it. Stop it. Okay, just place your hand above your head or non-lethal force will be used. Just place it above you.
Okay. Just kidding. Oh,
Sir, stop
oh my
running.
god.
Just stop
I
running.
got you. Ah, you thought I was going to put my hand on my head. Oh.
Hey, lad. Hey, officer. Do you think you can give me a lift down the station? Not station, to the prison. I've got to go visit a mate.
Sorry, I can't. I mean, if it was like to the station, like to the PD, I can because it's really short distance. But you know, I can't really give ride-alongs and all.
Would you
Because
not help out another lad? Come on. Would you
I
not
would
sort me
want
out?
to, but you would need a sergeant plus
Right, that's it.
to
I'd
give
have
you a
another
ride
your
for that
corpse,
a
young
distance
man.
like that. I'm sorry, I can't. Just place your hands above your head, or non-lethal force will be used. Just place them above.
I'm
Place
sorry,
them
I'm
above.
sorry, I'm sorry. Just kidding.
All right. Last warning. Place your hands above your head, or non-lethal force will be used.
Sorry, I can't hear you very well. I can't hear you very well. Sorry.
Oh, then you should get your ears. You should get a hearing aid then. I'm sorry about that, but you should get a hearing aid.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay,
So why are
officer.
you going
Mistakes
around?
happen, you know.
Why are you going around with a gun? With an empty gun, just pulling the
It's my
trigger.
dad's gun, you see. My dad
Oh,
had a
you-
gun, and then he was like, "Come on,
Kilo
son,
Victor
give
units,
his gun."
I'm in a
And he did
gunfight
that when he
at,
couldn't
Sound
move
muted.
because someone handcuffed him and he couldn't get out of the handcuffs. Even though all the police officers were like trying to get him out, he still couldn't get him out. And I was like, "Oh, Dad,
Hey, lad,
You know,
you're like
what's that?
7, aren't you?
That-
You shouldn't be playing this, man.
you're like pretty gay, aren't you?" Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, you shouldn't
sorry, I'm
really
sorry,
be
that was
saying
insensitive.
things like that. I'm being serious now. You shouldn't really be saying things like that.
Right, that's it, officer.
Just give the
I'm
just
angry
give the
now.
man a
Release
small
me at
apology.
once,
Just give the man an
or I will be
apology,
very
alright?
angry.
Alright, and then we can
Wait,
just
who got
continue
it?
on from there, alright?
I'm very sorry, mister, for talking about your sexuality. I did not know you were sensitive about the subject, and if I realised you were gay, I wouldn't have said it. Sorry. I'm really sorry.
Do you feel like that's good enough apology, sir? Or do you wish to press charges?
Yes.
Would it help if I
He
offered
wishes to press charges.
his ding dong?
Let me first park my SUV because it's not legally parked.
Okie dokie.
I'm a bad boy. I don't park my stuff legally.
I'm telling you.
Alright. You can't go around talking to people like that. Alright. If it was just a gun, I was just gonna confiscate it since your father really shouldn't let you get your hands on a
But
gun
it's
like
him.
this.
When he was stuck in a situation, he gave it to me. That can't have sentimental value.
Well, I'm sorry. He shouldn't have given you a gun. And if
If you
you
don't
had a
give it
gun
back,
like
I'm
that,
telling on you.
you shouldn't have taken it outside. I'm sorry, sir. I have to confiscate it. I'm sorry. If you're gonna act like that with a gun, you're gonna get confiscated. you can. All right, here. I tell you what. I tell you what. All right, all right. You be a good boy. All right, all right. Then 6 months later, if I see you being a good boy, all right, you can come to the PD
How
and
does it go,
request for
John?
the gun back. But
That's
until
okay,
then,
I'll
it's
just buy
getting
another one.
impounded.
Jane,
Oh,
tell
I
me.
thought it
I
had a
bought an
sentimental
Ifrit one,
value.
Don't
Okay.
speak in
and
this
it was
channel.
pink, and it was really cool.
Sorry.
And
All right.
I also
I'm
once
gonna be
bought
searching you. So,
a
do you have anything illegal on you? If you do, tell me now.
only a couple. Oh, I had a couple aspirins, but that's about it, officer.
Aspirins
Oh,
there.
and one time there was this bunch of cocaine which my dad told me to put in a van, and then I drove it to somewhere and I sold it. That was fun.
Okay. Do you know if there's any daycare centers on the server? I mean, what? I mean, on this island, what? I did the tongue slip of the year, all right?
So I'm actually really mature for my age, and I find that incredibly offensive. I'm going to press charges.
Oh, you're free to do so.
That's it. I
Oh, yeah,
demand
Talking
to
about
press
press charges,
charges.
can you like sort out the charge that I'm pressing on him for like insulting me
Yeah,
and
for
assuming my gender?
well,
I'm sorry
he
for
didn't
calling you
he
gay.
didn't
It's just you
insult you,
did
but he
not
did
mean
call you
gay.
that
It
in
was the
an
most
assaulting
obvious
manner.
thing to say.
So, okay.
He got cuffed.
I'm gonna be taking off the gun, taking the gun off of you since you don't act responsible, since you don't act
It's my dad's
responsible
car.
with it.
Finally, a smart officer. Thank you.
Alright, who's crying? Fucking hell.
This boy here, he's crying because
Jesus
I'm taking his
Christ.
gun off
Keep
of
your
him.
fucking voice down, mate. Crying ain't gonna get you nowhere. What's going on, Constable?
Basically, he was going around this gun. Even though I will say it was empty, but he was going around Cavallo, just pulling the trigger at towards random people's heads. It was empty, but he was
It was
still
my
pulling the
dad's
trigger
gun,
like that.
and it held sentimental
And he
value.
also
Alright, well,
called,
that's the
Told me
harassment.
to do that.
yeah, and he
Yeah,
also
well, that's gonna go under the.
If he said,
and he
my-
also
excuse me,
insulted
he said if my
the
if
man
I
in the
don't
yellow
do
shirt,
that,
and he's
he's
pressing
not going to-
charges.
He's going to knock me out.
I'm a lesbian.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, well, that
See-
goes against the Alarm and Distress Act of 1968, so you can send him to the PD and we'll deal with him there.
She did not also be arrested for possession of a firearm in a public place.
Well, it's
it depends on
you
the
know,
situation.
threatening.
Yeah, he was
It's
He
going.
kicked it in my face. I feel offended.
Have you got a vehicle here, Pluckmaster?
Yeah, my SUV's right here. I just confiscated the firearm. I don't know. It seems he's I don't know. I feel
No,
a
just take him to the PD.
Alright.
I mean, there's not much more I can say. Just charge him with harassment and causing alarm and distress.
all right.
All right.
If you sir,
Was that the
Eh,
7 days?
yeah, you can follow if you would like to.
No, that's
thanks.
all right, mate. I'll put trust in you.
Not you. I'm sorry. It was speaking to the man in the yellow
Oh.
shirt. I'm sorry, sir. If you would like to
Well,
follow
hey,
for
wait,
pressing
wait,
your
wait,
charges, you can do so.
Nah, I'm
Excuse
good.
me, sir. What's that you're holding there?
Yeah, I'll go to with that, sir.
I told you to put it
That's what
away.
happens when you don't look left and right, sir.
Can you please step away
That's
from
what
the
happens when
SUV,
children have
sir?
guns.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, you've got an illegal firearm on you there. You know, I'm gonna have to confiscate that off you.
Follow me down.
No, sir. If you jump in that vehicle, you're gonna be chased. Do not jump.
Officer, guess what?
What?
I think I'm in love with you.
You've been
You
watching the naughty sites, haven't you? You've gotten all messed up. You gotten it all confused. I mean, if that's what you're into, that's okay. But just because you see one video that shows that doesn't mean that's what you have to do. But if
It's
that's
just
what,
because you're a lot like my daddy.
did he do things to you when you were younger?
Uh-huh.
That's possible.
Uh-huh.
Well, we can talk about that when we at PD. All right. Well, we're right here right now. So. All right. All right. All right. Let's go. All right. Now I know this may seem harsh, but it's only gonna make you learn. All right. This is only will make you learn.
Okay.
Okay. The man in the yellow shirt has pressed charges, so I'm going to have to give you a fine due to that. I'm sorry about that, but that's how it is. But
I don't have any money.
you don't have any
I
money?
spent all my money buying donuts.
Ah, you like donuts. Donuts are very tasty. Although the sad thing
And then I
is,
force fed them to some guy and I knocked him over with a book.
okay, well then if you can't pay the ticket, you'll be sent to prison. I'm sorry about that. But that's how it
No.
is. Well, you're not gonna be sent to prison.
Can I
I'm
go to a
sorry.
young offenders prison? Because I don't think
Yeah,
I'm
you're
old
going to
enough to
juvie.
live
You
this.
automatically go to juvie. Like, juvie for toddlers, yeah?
Well, officer, this person just said, oh, therefore for some good hacks. Should I do it?
What's hacks? Huh? What?
They said, press Alt to F4 for hacks. What does that even
Finish.
mean?
Well, you get deported if that happens. I know your father
Ooh,
will
I don't
miss you
know.
then, but you'll
Prison
be
or
deported.
deported. Hmm. What happens if I try and come back?
Well, since you're speaking about this way, I will sadly have to speak to the government officials to get you deported. So I wouldn't do that if I were you.
So, you think pressing Alt and then F4 would give me hacks, though? 'Cause then I could probably just hack,
Yeah, you're
and
not
never
getting
be
hacks by
taken
doing
away
that. You'll just
to
get yourself deported.
fly across the world.
I'm warning you now, if you
You
press
just
that, you'll
don't want
get
me to get
yourself
the hacks.
deported.
That's what it is. I'm
Here,
gonna do
this
it.
officer, there's another officer that can speak to you about it too.
I did it. It didn't.
Uh, uh,
Channel switched. Sound resumed. ninja, 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 ninja. Uh,
Hello.
hello. I'm gonna someone.
Oh no.
They were a bad boy.
Insufficient permissions. Insufficient permissions. Insufficient permissions.